What's up? What's happening, Aurora? We have some friends today. It's usually just me and Joelle or Brandy, or just me and Joelle. Brandy's behind the camera, you can't see her, but she's like the neighbor next door from Home Improvement. That's who she is. We're super excited to be here. The reason why is because, number one, I'm going to be a little bit biased because I know the owners. Joelle and I know the owners. I went to school with Peter and Maria. Closer to you? Maria was closer to you? Yeah, of course. This is the first brick and mortar Puerto Rican restaurant in Aurora. Why is that huge? We do have a Borican kitchen that's up the street, but they have a shared space. Back in the day, if you wanted Puerto Rican food, you'd have to go to Humboldt Park Division. You'd have to go to Elgin to eat. They have a really good restaurant, by the way, in Elgin. I don't want to take away from them. But we have our own Puerto Rican restaurant here. It's really nice. I think you took a lot of pictures, so it'll be in the video.
It'll be in the post, guys.
Yeah.
In the video. Yeah.
So everybody else is here. My niece, my lovely niece, Lexus of Naperville, aka Lexi. We will talk about her. She's doing really good things. Darnell, the Sage Sphinx over here, used to box, but no longer torn ACL. No, I'm kidding. It's an honor. He's been on me. Well, how many reviews have we done together? One other one? And then my nephew, tilt your head a little bit so that you can see the camera. Matthew, he looks scared. Why are you scared?
The camera's gonna eat you.
He's been with me on a couple reviews, so this really hits home. This is Puerto Rican cooking, is what we grew up on. And for those who don't know much about the Puerto Rican cuisine, as I was explaining to Darnell, we got influence. We were influenced by, European, more Spaniard, Africa and African, and also Tainos, which is where we're from, Isla de Puerto Rico. So I have a Malta. We gotta have a Malta India. We have bacalaito. What is that?
That's a bacalaito is a codfish shrimp.
Codfish shrimp. And then we have ¿cómo se llama?
An empanada.
Empanada. Puerto Rican rice here. We have pasteles. We gotta try pasteles. We will ask this question: is the ketchup on pastel okay?
No.
You better not. I will pull your card.
It's like putting ketchup on a hot dog.
Pull your card. Don't do it. We have pernil, which is something that it's a staple in the Puerto Rican home. Looks really, really good. Arroz con gandule. We also have.
This is mofongo with fried pork.
What's mofongo?
Mofongo is like a plantain mashed together with garlic and other seasonings and stuff in there, oils and stuff, and it's always used with some form of meat or seafood as a dish.
Okay. Hey, they have the veggie one now.
They have a veggie one too. And none of these mofongos are gluten-free. Gluten-free. I'm not getting yelled at for that. Lexi has the mofongo, but she has steak, beef steak. Which is usually what? Flank steak?
Yeah, I think so.
Flank steak.
Yeah.
And then the awesome Brandy over there has a jibarito. Jibarito is basically, again, it's plantain used kind of as a bun, and then it's stuffed with like lettuce, steak, chicken.
I have steak.
You have steak. It's amazing ketchup mayo type of aioli, and Puerto Rican rice. So for those who don't know what arroz con gandule is, which again is a staple in the household, the biggest thing to arroz con gandule is what you put in it, and sofrito tends to be the main ingredient. The good thing, this is what amazes me, is that the arroz con gandules has, everybody makes it. I've had Mexicans, a dish, Ana, makes one of the best arroz con gandules that I've ever had. It doesn't matter. What I like is the fact that other cultures have adopted it and attempted to do it, and it's really a form of flattery, right? So really, really good. If you've never tried, we're gonna get more into detail as I write it. We're gonna get to eating because we're on a kind of a time
crunch.
Yes. So watch, see.
Yep.
Bien provecho.
Bien provecho.
So, how do we do?
Delish.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thumbs up on that, Randy?
For sure.
He didn't like it. You can see how his plate is.
He hasn't scraped it yet.
To be fair,
so
you guys
once you clean the
nibble
whole
too.
entire plate, wipe
Yeah.
it all up, then we know you like it.
He has manners, he'll still eat your food. No, he loved it. He liked it. Paninis are really good.
He liked it so much he left the salad.
Yeah, yeah, salad, SpongeBob. And Darnell had the empanada and the bacalaito. So he wished now he had a veneer plate.
Yes, I do. That was so delicious.
But really good. I mean, Joel, what makes it a good empanada? A good empanada?
The shell crispy, the filling flavorful. So if it's a meat-filled empanada, you want it to have flavor.
And the shell has flavor.
Yeah.
You still want to have that, that flavorful.
Aside from being crispy, you want it to have flavor too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, sure.
So usually, like, there's like some of these, like that one, you can tell that that's kind of homemade, shell's homemade. I cheat. I get those ones already pre-cut from Goya,
Seasoned.
and I just do them real fast.
See my face, how disappointed I am here right now?
Well, I do that for the ease of making it quicker for the kids and stuff.
This is him with a shovel, just digging another hole.
It's not as bad as putting ketchup on your pasteles, okay?
Oh, look at how nice reflection on that one, buddy.
I know not to ever do that again.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's very important that you get out of the normal of what you eat. Like, be adventurous, try different cuisines, and I feel like that's a huge part too. Is when these small businesses pop up, support them and try something new that you've never had before.
Correct. And I think for the most part, just to piggyback on what Lexi was saying, we're creatures of habit. And so when we tend to find something that we like, that's what we stick to. But sometimes it's just good just to get out of your norm, get out of your, outside the box, kind of outside your comfort zone. And try, I mean, Darnell is totally outside his comfort zone right now. And he hasn't left, so obviously it's
Well, at least when I go to the same restaurant, I eat the same food all the time.
yeah, exactly.
And now, understanding new ones and trying them all now.
It's like,
for sure.
It's like when people go to McDonald's and look at the menu. Why are you looking at the menu? It's the same thing since the 70s. Don't do that.
If only I had the stomach to.
So we're gonna go over our scores and evaluate. So we'll be right back.
Yep. We'll be right back, guys. All right, Aurora, we're back. We went over some of the scores. Interesting. You're going to see the scores here and how we went about giving the scores. But first of all, I want to say that this place here is I'm glad that we stopped in and we did this. This is cool. They've only been open, what, a month?
No, it's been several months now.
Several months, okay. So hopefully, things start to pick up for them after COVID and they prosper here, because it's one of those places that you need to come and visit and definitely, give their food a try. So that being said, we're going to give you the scores. Manny's got them down here.
We'll go over the scoring system.
Oh, yeah, let me go over the scoring system. All right, guys, so the scoring system, I relate to it kind of like gymnastics. A 10 is a perfect score. You're not going to see that. But it starts off at a 5 to 5 is your average. 5.6 to 6.5 is going to be above average. 6.6 to a 7.5 is going to be good. And then 7.6 to an 8.5 is going to be great. And then anything higher than 8.5 to
8.6 and above.
8.6 and above is going to be kind of your legendary status.
Get here.
Your hurry up, get down here.
Adopt a
try
family
this.
if you can.
Jump in, carjack somebody. No, I'm just kidding.
Run the kids over.
Get on, hop on the bus, get some public transportation, get down here. Yeah.
So as Joel touched on, that's a system. So whenever you see us score something, think about the score being a 1 through grade from a grade standpoint, 1 through 9, basically. Chupacabra did a really, really good job. They should take a bow wherever they're at, either they're in the kitchen or Maria.
Maria, take a bow.
They take a bow. Well
There you
done.
go.
The food was fresh. Are we biased? We have to be. They're Boricua. We're Boricua. But we're also, as Puerto Rican, we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to tell you the truth. If they're slacking on something, I'm going to tell you, because as a friend, I want to hear feedback, right? I don't want you to. I don't want yes people in my corner. I want people that are going to challenge me and let me know how I'm doing. So we're going to go over some of the dishes, and we're going to start off with what Darnell had. Darnell had the empanadas and bacalaito plate, and he gave, well, hold on. You had
He had the empanadas.
he's the only one who had the empanada.
Yeah.
So the empanada came in at a 6.5. So 6.5 falls under the above average. What are some of the things that you could have said you wanted to see a little more of?
Probably more meat inside.
More meat inside, so
but
portion inside?
Yeah, portion,
ratio.
shell, ratio.
Okay. Now, we also had the beneath plate, which
That
Matthew
was
had. He's maybe said 3 words. I'm trying to get him to get 10 before you leave. Beneath, 7.5. 7.5 is a really good score. It was juicy. It had flavor. It was super. I mean, I've had panini where it's dried out. You have a very slim margin for error for panini. A little bit too much, and it's dried out. It changes the dynamic of the meat or the flavor. It was the spices that they use is perfect. I thought about Pancho's panini when I eat that. It's the guy that sells meat on Ashland and
Oh, yeah.
And Sims?
Ashland and Sims, yeah.
And Spencer.
Right by
Spencer.
Chiquita.
Yep, La Chiquita.
Yeah.
He makes pretty good panini. This panini's right there. Next one was a jibarito. ¿De qué? Steak?
Steak.
Bistec. I like the way she said bistec. She's like, first of all, it's bistec. You guys ready for this? A 9. A 9. You know what 9 means?
Legendary.
Get down here, people.
Yeah.
Find yourself a family. Do something.
Okay, so repeat it again. What
There
was
you go.
Do something. A 9. You guys know that we're stingy with the 9s.
Yes.
So for them to have it, that means it's good. Mofongo de bistec. My awesome niece had it. She's pretty critical when she wants to be. And she hit it with an 8.5.
Yes, that was
Almost legendary. 8.5 is right there knocking on the door,
Yeah.
looking to the people, who's home. 8.5. What makes a good mofongo a good mofongo?
The meat that's with the mofongo, and then the mofongo itself, which
Itself.
is the plantains that have
Okay.
been kind of ground down and made and seasoned to, to your liking, to the seasoning.
Right, the season. I've had it where it's been plain and it's like, I just feel like I'm eating mushed plantain. Like, it's not mofongo though.
Right.
This place, they had it down with the seasoning,
Flavor.
portion, flavoring
Nailed
of the
it.
meat,
Yes.
all of it.
Nailed it. Next one was the mofongo fried pork.
That was good. Your mofongo, your traditional mofongo, when they're complemented with a meat, is going to be your fried pork. And that's pretty much traditional. You can go to the island and find pretty much a mofongo with fried pork just about anywhere. Now you're talking different levels when you start changing that meat up and getting it different styles and stuff. This reminded me of a mofongo I had in Puerto Rico in Loquillo. And it was Loquillo Fajardo. Anyway, it was right outside the resort that we were vacationing. And I tell you what, Fajardo, right? Yeah. So that took me back to that. And I tell you what, it's right on point, man. It was really good. I tried to finish it all, but I couldn't. And that's another thing, guys. The portions are incredible. I mean, you can
Portions are
almost
legendary.
Yeah. The portions you could almost feed 2 people
That's
off
true.
one plate.
Yes.
You can.
So when you come down here hungry because their portions are good. Yeah.
They need to start investing in wheelchairs so they can wheelchair people out. Put them in cars, put them in a little blanket, when they go to bed in the car. Or just put have a couple hammocks and you can just take a nap and wake up when you need to.
That's true.
So that one got an 8. This man never gives out 8s. He's stingy. He's super stingy. You don't understand how stingy this man
I
is.
was gonna say I'm Puerto Rican. I'm stingy.
That's true. And he was born in Puerto Rico. You're right. He was.
No, I was
Oh, you
born.
weren't? Okay,
I
you're
was born here.
None of us was born in Puerto Rico? Okay. So, fried pork. All right, pasteles. This one took me a little bit. I struggled with this because I've had so much of it. As a child, I didn't like it. And the reason I didn't like it is because they forced me to eat it. And if you force me to eat it, I'm not going to like it on purpose. As I grew older, I got more an appreciation for it. I love them now. I give this one a 7.5. It was between a 7.5 and a 7.7. 7.5 is a really good, huge portion.
Yes.
The matcha was flavorful. The meat was good, nicely seasoned. Is it better than grandma's? No. Nothing's better than grandma's.
No, nothing.
Because she's watching.
So
I did.
remember that, Mom, for Christmas.
I did try it, and I gotta say that pasteles are good.
Yeah.
7.5 is a good number. So we're gonna also judge a couple other areas. Rice. you have to judge the rice. The Puerto Rican rice has to be. Everybody makes it differently.
Well, it's a staple. It's a staple of the food.
Well said. Give it a 6. Here's why. We've had a lot of it, right? We have a lot of it. It's something that we eat every day. And when you're making a large amount of rice, the recipe changes. And if you don't adapt too much water, se pone muy agua or it's too soft,
You lose a little
mushy.
of the flavor.
Yeah, for sure, for the spices. If you don't have sofrito and you're not using ají dulce, you don't have sofrito, you have ofrito, but you don't have sofrito. You gotta have ají dulce in your sofrito. A 6.
Stupid.
A 6. I am.
But we like them.
A little more seasoning.
Yes.
A little more seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually you
Bacalaíto.
can tell by the color of the rice. too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bacalaíto. That was the fried cod.
Fried cod fritters.
I enjoyed it. For those who ate it, minus Matt, 6.5.
Yeah.
Above average. And then the alcapurrias was really good. Really good. The alcapurrias.
So good.
First time I had it, so.
First time Darnell ever had it before. Think about a tamale, but does it look like not? The masa is completely different, darker. It's made from what? From yuca? Or
Green bananas.
green bananas.
I
And then
wouldn't even
with like
say
a picadillo in the middle.
Different, yeah.
don't even pay attention to the way it looks. Just
Yeah, you can't.
try it.
Just
have to.
try it and see how it tastes to you.
Yeah, because
You're
from the
gonna love
looks
it.
perspective, it doesn't look.
Yeah.
Actually, thought it was
Appealing.
burnt. As soon as I tasted it,
Yeah.
no, it was just good. It was just delicious
Yeah.
through and through.
But it was really good. So we give it a 7.2. It's a really good score.
Yeah.
So they hit 8.5 and hit 9. The overall, we're talking about the ambiance. The restaurant looks beautiful.
The decor.
The decor is nice. It's in a really good location. Good parking in the back. You can eat outside if you want. The food came back a decent amount of time. I get it. Whenever you come here, whenever you go somewhere to make things fresh, give them some time. Please be patient.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses are getting back to normal, and a lot of them unfortunately are understaffed. So please be patient because they're trying to do the best that they can given the circumstances.
Well, and if you want good food,
Yeah,
be
exactly.
patient.
You don't rush no
Yeah,
good food.
you don't go get
That's why
Goya
they call it
stuff that
fast
already
food.
frozen like this guy. I had to throw that in there again, Joel. Sorry. Overall, we gave it an 8.4. 8.4 is a good score.
It's almost legendary.
It's almost legendary. There were items that were legendary. This is the kind of place you want to bring your family. From a price perspective, you're going to pay a little bit more. I think it was good.
Yeah.
I
You
think
could definitely
Especially
split.
the portions compared to what the
portions are huge.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah. Great
Big-
pricing.
Yeah,
Some of those plates you can feed 2 people.
Yeah.
definitely. All day.
And the thing is the plethora of items that you can choose from.
Yes.
You can a la carte, you can switch things up. Guys, I think you're gonna like it. Get out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
please. These businesses need us right now more than ever. So I'm psyched up, people. I'm psyched up. So
Don't
excited.
be afraid
I'm excited.
to ask either. Like, if you're wanting to know what are the best sellers or what do they personally think, they're gonna know.
Yep.
So don't be afraid to ask either.
Yeah. So before we leave you, we want to touch on a couple things. Darnell to my left here, his birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Darnell! 32 again.